Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Coding Mate. Firstly, I want to thank all of you for watching my video. It was more than 10k. I was shocked and surprised and really happy. So thank you who subscribe and watch and like my video. And then in today's lesson, we're gonna talk about tuples. But first, I'm gonna solve exercises and then I'm gonna give you the other exercises. But I want to say that I am kind of publishing videos subject by subject. I hope it's okay for everyone because editing a 40 minutes of video is really hard and I don't trust my editing skills at all. So I hope it's okay for you. And then second, I hope next week my code with me / study with me video will come out. I just need to equipment some of them. I already ordered them, they didn't arrive yet, so let's hope they will arrive before next week. So let's get started. So as you can see, there are 5 questions. In the first one, I already talked about in the first two is that we're gonna use max and minimum functions. I talked about it in the last lesson. So if you didn't check that out, you can check that out. I'm really happy when I'm talking about it. I'm gonna create a list. I didn't give any list. Actually, it always actually depends on the list. Obviously, this is the exercise about list, but I didn't give. So you can create whatever you want to create. In this case, I'm just gonna create a number list. I don't want to, lose a lot of time in this. So let's say that there are 5. And then print maximum number. And this one I don't create. This is the asking for the smallest. So all I'm gonna do is come here and change it to minimum. So you can see it is 5 and 1. In this case, okay, so in the third question, I didn't talk about for and in. So I'm gonna give a quick look. So obviously I have to create another list, or I can actually ask for a list. Obviously it's just depend on me. I'm gonna create my own list with random numbers because I don't think there are any movies or names or anything that actually makes sense. So there I say that the first and the last character are the same. So I'm gonna say that it will end with A and finish with C. This is what I want. Obviously, I'm not giving all of them with this. Maybe I can just give nothing, or maybe. By the way, this is right now it's 2 characters. There are 2 spaces, so it actually counts 2 characters in it. And then let's say this, and let's say this, and then close loose curly parentheses. And then for, okay, so I need to use variables inside the random. So what I'm gonna do is just like giving a general name for this identify variables. I'm gonna say ct st for str, string obviously, and in. So this means that it is in this list. So basically everything in this list are right now st, and we forgot about the colon. It is really essential, by the way. You should not forget your colons. It is like really important in Python. And when we, obviously, as you can see, it actually print spaces too. And yeah, as you can see, these are the things that inside of our list. So what I need to do is actually ask for the length of it, and if it's 2 or more, and the first and the last character are same from a given list of strings. So these are the ends, so I'm gonna create if statement again, and I'm gonna say as len. I already talk about string, and I'm not gonna forget about my colon, and if again, and I'm gonna say that, so we count from 0, so our first character is 0. I'm gonna say is a, and because they are actually using the end, so we have to use it. And then I'm gonna talk about, so we can know our less character if you don't count from backwards. So I already talked about it. Whatever the length of the string or the list, -1 is the last variable or character, and this is C. And if they are to print st. Okay, so as you can see, there are just 3 things that actually suitable for our list. And in the fourth one, okay, so we can use 2 ways. We can do a lot of stuff. I mean, there are a lot of ways, but what I'm gonna do is basically asking, for example, movies. Okay, so I'm gonna go with movies. I'm gonna ask for a bunch of movies from the user, and then they will give me the movies they watch, for example, or the favorite movies, and then I will split them. I will split every movie with a comma, and then it's basically a list. So okay, I know it sounds maybe a little complicated, but it's definitely not. All we use is just like the movies you watched, for example. And then we're creating another variable named movie, and then we're gonna split from commas. And then, for example, let's print movie. Okay, so as you can see, they're all lists. So what we are going to do is f len of movies movie 0 print empty. If it's not, so else print maybe not empty. And I'm gonna just copy paste them real quick, and as you can see, it is not empty. And write a Python program to clone or copy. Okay, so we already learned about copying a list, so I already create a list again, asking from. So I'm using movie and maybe movies, and then it is a copy of movie. And when I print movie, and movies, it is actually the same. So in this case, it will ask again. I'm gonna copying him and pasting it real quick, and as you can see, they are the same. So all we have to use just to copy the function. So let's talk about Okay, so the ultimate question in this video is, what is a tuple? So basically, I'm gonna show you how it looks like. I'm gonna give example from a lot of stuff, but firstly, we normally use parentheses, but you don't have to use them. For example, let's say numbers, and let's give this is a tuple too, like, but it doesn't look that much good, so what we use is just like using parentheses, so it looks better. And so this is a tuple when we print it. As you can see. Okay, so what is different from a tuple? So basically we actually store other variables inside of a tuple, just like this, but the main, I don't want to say problem, because it's actually why we use tuples, because it is immense, so it is unchangeable. When we use a tuple, we can't play with it, we can't change it, we can't add or remove something inside of a tuple. So for example, if I want to change the first character or number inside, it will give an, if I want to say like 65 and print numbers, it will give an error. Or if I want to, for example, clear, it will give an error. Or if I want to append or sort it, it will give an error. So basically, if you want to play with tuples, we have to convert them into lists, and then we have to change them back. So in this case, what we need to do is just like say numbers as list numbers, and then when we change it, numbers are like tuple numbers, and as you can see, we change it, but it's still tuple, but we have to do some other stuff. So this is what is a tuple actually, and I'm gonna show you the exercises for this week. So thank you for watching me, and thank you for watching me that many people. I'm so happy. So this is the exercises for this week, so don't forget to solve all of them. If you have any problem, don't hesitate to ask me. You can ask from YouTube, and if you have any suggestion or any idea, please share with me, and I hope we will study together, and I hope you will join me when I'm studying in the next week. So since then, goodbye and see you next week.